Alright friends, it's Timon and welcome back to another video, broski. We're going to talk about mental illness in this video. I'm losing my voice. We're going to talk about mental illness in this video today because I felt like talking about it because I had talked about it previously, but I'm going to talk about it in this video now today. So why does the medical industry treat disease as a mental illness? That's the video, the topic, the video for today, broski. That's right, man. Why do they treat your disease as a mental illness? I want to tell you why they treat it as a mental illness today in this video. Because there's no cure. There's no cure. There's no cure for your disease. That's why they don't cure diseases. They don't have a cure for it. I can answer that question too. You're gonna say, what do you mean they don't have a cure? They're looking for cures for you. They're looking for cures for these diseases. Yeah, how long does it take to find a cure for your disease? Ask yourself that question. I know, they're coming to your door. Hi, it's MS. We're looking for donations. Weren't you here like 50 years ago looking for donations still? 60, 40, 60 years ago, 50? Yeah. Haven't you found a cure yet? No, we haven't found a cure. Have you found a cure yet for cancer? Any cancers? No, we haven't found the cure for cancer yet. Have you found the cure for dementia? No, we haven't found a cure, but we're looking. We're still looking for the cure. Get it? They're still looking for the cure. You want to know why? Because no drug, here's the thing, no drug that they have can cure your disease. Not even diabetes. They don't cure your disease. Now they can deal with the symptoms. They can deal with the symptoms by manage the symptoms with drugs. They give you drugs to manage the symptoms. Like if you have diabetes, right, an insulin problem, they give you insulin shots, right? And then you continue in that behavior. You keep eating the same food over and over again. You don't stop. See what I mean? So the question is this: why do they treat people that have disease with mental illness when you go to the doctor's office or the hospital, they treat it as a mental illness? Think about that logically and intelligently in your head. They say mental health. Why do they do that? Want to know why, man? Because you have to be mentally ill to continue in that behavior, eating the peasant slave food diet, which is causing the disease, because that's the cause. That's why there's no cure. There's no cure for your disease because the cause is what you're eating, what's going in your mouth. You are the cause of the disease. And then you go complain to the doctor. You're like, hey man, can't you cure my cancer? And then meanwhile, you keep feeding the cancer with the peasant slave food diet. Like, hasn't it not dawned on anybody yet? Oh no, how could that possibly be? My parents would never feed me unhealthy food, would they? That was poisonous to me and would give me cancer and disease, you know? Well, look around. You see animals in nature looking like humans with these diseases and walkers and canes and everything? Do they look like any of that? They wearing glasses? They have poor eyesight and anything like that, dude? No. So think about that logically and intelligently, my friends. Like, really think deep inside, broski. So they have disdain for you. When you go to see your doctor or the hospitals, they have disdain for you. They don't like you because they already know. Like, think about it. Davy Shafee, Dr. David Shafee, whatever his name is, David Shafee, right? Shafee. He studied nursing. He's a doctor, whatever. I don't know, medical field. He was in a class with a professor. The professor said, plants are trying to kill you. Can you imagine them telling you that? And you're like, why? What do you mean it's trying to kill me? Why, sir? Why, Mr. Professor? Why is it trying to kill us? Because it has toxins in there. Oh my God, you mean everybody's eating those things that has toxins? Yeah, they cause disease. Oh, they cause disease, do they? Oh, okay. So why don't we tell our patients that? Oh, because we don't tell them that. We deal with their symptoms. We don't cure their problem. They have to do it themselves. They have to be willing to stop. Well, why don't we tell them to stop? If we tell them to stop, we won't have a job or money. We won't be able to make any money and sell any drugs or do any of these things. We won't have a house, a business, a car. We won't have this office or anything. if we tell them the secret to cure themselves. See, here's the thing. That's why there's no cure for your disease. In other words, there's no cure in the medical field for your disease. It's a scam. They're constantly scamming you. All you people have to be retarded to give money to UNICEF. I was a kid when UNICEF came around. Can you imagine what that was? That was like 60 years ago, bro. UNICEF, they were collecting pennies in those days. Remember, it used to go around Halloween? Here's the thing. They would send you around for Halloween, and these people would give you these candies. You know, the stuff that causes the disease, the candies, the sweetness, the candies. They would get you highly addicted to these candies every single year. You gotta dress up, costume, do all this work, put in effort for fucking stupid Halloween. Meanwhile, they're poisoning you. You don't realize they're poisoning your kids, you, everybody. On this stupid shit, bro. It's crazy. So, like I said, the industry knows about that, but they're not going to tell you that. That's why they're always looking for a cure. The cure, they're always looking for it, and it cannot be found in science. You understand me? The cure cannot be found in a bottle of a drug. They can't give you a drug to cure your problem, because why haven't they cured you of any of these diseases? Of any of them? Think about it. It's been years. They've been doing research. They have AI, don't they? They have 3D printers, AI, computers. They have all this stuff, right, that could give them the secret to cure all the diseases, right? Meanwhile, they want to manipulate you genetically or some bullshit, do a bunch of weird stuff, feed you more poison. Of course, they want to feed you more poison. That's why your food is poisonous. They put more poisons in your food. They want to feed you more poison, man. And, yeah, I don't know. They don't want you healthy, I know. But you have been conditioned to connect health with all these unhealthy foods. Hey, let's eat some healthy bread. But this bread is healthier than this bread. What? Wait a second. How can one bread be healthier than the other if they're both unhealthy? Oh, let's go eat some of these healthy vegetables or healthy fruits. Fruits are healthy for you. I go, what's so healthy? What's in there that is so healthy for you? Nobody can tell me, but they always say healthy fruits and healthy vegetables. They always connect these words. But I've never ever heard anybody say, hey, let's eat some healthy meat or healthy organs. Get it? Raw organs or blood or something. Let's go eat some healthy milk or something. I've never heard anybody ever say, let's go eat some healthy animals or something, animal organs or parts or meat or something like that, bro. So, yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, you know, like the medical industry, they fucking hate you. They fucking hate you. They hate all of you, man. You have to be crazy to think they actually care about you. Your doctor, your dentist doesn't give a shit about you, because he would tell you what's causing your teeth to rot. Why would he tell you that? See what I mean? Is there a cure for your teeth? Is there a cure for your teeth not rotting? Yeah, stop doing that. Stop eating food that's rotting your teeth. Get it, man? Which food is rotting my teeth? What do you think? Well, it ain't meat. I know. We're not. Here's the thing. You're gonna get people in the comment section writing my channel, bro. They write me all the time, man. They write kooky stuff, bro. They're always writing me, hey, man. We're not carnivore animals. Yeah, okay, whatever. Believe whatever you want, man. Beliefs are fake, bro. You have no fake. Bring me proof that we are not a carnivore animal. Prove it to me. You can't. So there you go. See what I mean? And the medical industry and your government, they don't want you to know any of that. Why would they? This society, I told you, would collapse. If you were to go all natural, it would collapse. It wouldn't be here. It wouldn't survive. And here's the thing. It's harder to convince people that they've been fooled. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they've been fooled. And I'm not the one to save you. As far as this Jesus Christ character, if there ever was one out there, most likely he got killed because he's like, he cured the sick. Yeah, he cured the sick. You know how? When he told them to go back into nature, and they were cured when they ate their natural food, natural diet in nature. They were cured. And guess what? The governments at that time in that place and everything, they didn't want that. So they either killed him or ran him out of town or whatever. Maybe he didn't even die. And then they made up a whole story, they used him like a fish, and they said, hey, man, this Jesus Christ character, he died for your sins and everything on the cross, so be a good person. They perverted it. They manipulated the whole thing. He was most likely a naturist, wanting people to go back into nature, and they didn't like it and they freak out. If I eat raw meat in front of anybody or whatever, they freak out. If I tell them I eat meat or whatever, or if I'm a natural person, they freak out. They don't want that. They don't like that because they detest that, because they've been conditioned not to like any of that. People are absolutely insane. The cure is out there for everything. As long as you don't violate the laws of nature, break the laws of nature, you're never going to be sick. But like I said, there is no cure for cancer. They will never find the cure, because why haven't they found the cure? Oh, because they're still looking. Well, how long does it take to find the cure? Does it take 100 years, 200, 500? As long as it takes. So like I said, all these charities, they come to your door and they knock on your door. We're looking for the Heart Foundation. They haven't found a cure for cardiovascular disease, because there's no cure. They haven't found a cure for cancer, for fatty liver. They haven't found a cure for fucking dementia or your eyesight. They haven't found a cure for any of these things. They always say they're working on it. Oh, we found this thing. We can cure eyesight or the blind or this and that. Oh, we can cure cancer now. We can do this and we can do that. Oh, really? You can you? You can do all these things. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, we found we can cure cancer now. Da. Oh yeah? Oh, even diabetes. Really? You can cure it, can you? With what? Oh, we have this, it's in trials, we've got these drugs, or we got this and that, whatever. They're constantly putting these things out. It's to give you what they call expectations, false hope. So you keep believing in that there's a cure. I read there's the cure there. Oh, but it's on the way, it's coming. Yeah, it sure is. And then you continue in your behavior, right? You go see your doctor, he gives you these drugs, and then you go home and you keep eating. A friend of mine here, she's smoking. She says, I got cancer. I go, well, stop smoking. And then meanwhile, she goes to the doctor's office and smokes in the doctor's place outside the door, and comes back inside, sees the doctor and complains she has cancer again, and then she wants to be treated. Whatever, man. You understand how stupid that sounds? Like, can you cure me? No. Why haven't your doctors or anybody cured you of your disease? Why haven't they cured you? Because they wouldn't have a job. Here's the thing. If they were to tell you what would cure you of these ailments, then they wouldn't have a job, and everybody else wouldn't have a job. The chemistry industry, the drug industry, the doctors, OHIP, whatever, your insurance company, whatever, man. All these people that rely, these offices, the builders, the this, the that, they rely on a sick society. That's why you're mentally ill. This entire society is sick. They're all mentally ill because they're on this crazy diet that makes them mentally ill, and they're doing mentally ill things if you look around. No natural, normal human would do any of this. They would not believe that this is normal. This is abnormal behavior to be behaving like that. No natural animal would behave abnormal in nature, only in this society. So a natural person like me is seen as crazy, and crazy is seen as natural. Get it? What they're doing. So yeah, if me personally, I don't want to educate anybody. I just make videos, man. I don't really care. Look, I always say, do what is best for you. I do what's best for me. If you're asking me what fitness is, it's a form of mental illness. Lifting weights and fitness is a form of mental illness. Really is. It really is. When you deep down look inside yourself and figure it out, it really is mental illness. This one guy kept telling me, I tried to talk to him. He's a nice guy. He's smart. He was listening to me. We had a good conversation. He kept saying, oh, well, but I do exercise to stay healthy. How does exercise make you healthy if you're still eating a peasant slave food diet? That doesn't make any sense. All health starts with what goes in your mouth. Your strength, you being strong, young, looking good, has to do with what you're eating. In this reality, this world, it has nothing to do with I'm going to exercise, it has some kind of magic powers. I told him, if you exercise, cortisol goes up, it deteriorates you, accelerates aging, bro. It's a bad thing. What is that? Is my battery going? I think my battery, I don't know if my battery is going there. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. So like I said, yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just like that. What can I tell you? And he was telling me about bread. Yeah, bread. He goes, oh, but this bread is healthy. I'm like, what? Oh, but orange and vegetables are healthy. But why do they keep attaching healthy to these things? Because to convince you they're healthy. That's the scam. See, here's the scam. The scam is to keep you in the dark, to keep you guessing, to keep you conditioned that you have to call things that are unhealthy healthy, and healthy things are unhealthy. Get it? Why do they keep doing that? Everything you're doing relates to mental illness. You brushing your teeth with toothpaste, brushing, showering, washing, you know what I mean? Doing all these weird things, man. This is mental illness, bro. Pure mental fucking illness. Going to work is a form of mental illness too. Going to work, man. Like, I mean, working is mental illness. Really, it is, bro. You know that? You have to work with other mentally ill people too on the job, and you fucking hate your job, and you hate these fucking people that you work with, bro. It's really crazy. I mean, everything, when I was growing up, everything just shouted signs of fake everywhere. Like I said, when I moved back here from Mexico with my friend, he moved up here from Mexico too. He said, I could never figure out why you wanted to live in Mexico, T. And I go, why? He goes, because this place is fake, bro. It's fake, bro. Look around. This place is fake, man. This whole fucking place is fake, bro. So I was like, yeah, I agree. That's why I moved to Mexico, because I wanted to get away from all this fakeness. I wanted to be somewhere where it was as natural as I could get it, which was Mexico. When you think about it, Mexico, South America, you cannot buy raw milk here in Canada or United States, right? But this is a first world country. But yet Mexico to Central America to South America, you could buy raw milk. You could literally drink raw milk from goats in like fucking Ecuador, Peru, and all that shit. They have goats running around the street. There's a guy that brings them, and you can like milk these fucking goats and drink it. Like, I've known this before. I've done, because I've been there. I've known all that thing. You can get raw milk from farmers there all over the place, man. They sell everywhere. Costa Rica, they have them in these stores. Raw milk, you can buy them everywhere. So why? And the pharmacies, you could buy any kind of drug that you want at the pharmacy. It's a third world country, yet they trust their own people, and you could buy drugs without a prescription. But here in North America, no, not allowed to buy, because we're like children. Like, we're first world country, right? They don't trust us. We cannot get any drug from the pharmacy, and we cannot drink any raw milk. Get it? Because at least that would be the one thing that would make us healthy and sustain us. Even if you couldn't eat raw animal products because you've been raised on a peasant slave food diet, you drink raw milk, right? At least I'm saying as a minimum. And you could live literally on raw milk. You could live on it. See what I mean? So yeah. Like I said, that's the video for that, man. The industry, they treat it like mental illness. Everything that you're doing is treated as mental illness when you go there and you see them. They treat you with disdain. They fucking hate you when you go there. That's why they're always angry and this and that, whatever. You're writing these prescriptions, they look at you. They fucking can't stand you. You know, because they know you can't stop doing what you're doing, and they just fucking, they can't stand that industry anyways. This being around sick people, crazy mental people. Believe me, everybody is mentally ill out there that is eating an omnivore diet. If you're eating the peasant slave food diet, you too are a mentally ill human being. And I know that's going to hurt some people on my channels. They're going to get crazy, right? Comment section. How dare you say this? And how can you call me this and this and that? No, bro. I know that the truth hurts. That's why they stoned this Jesus Christ guy to death or whatever. Hung him up on a cross to dry or whatever. Hang him up to dry. Whatever it is these people are doing out there. Me, I'm just putting out facts. Facts. That's all I'm doing. Ask yourself this question. Why haven't they found a cure for any disease? Why can't they cure any of your diseases? Not even your skin diseases. They'll treat the symptoms, your psoriasis, your eczema. They'll give you creams, this and that. But they'll tell you that these things are permanent and they cannot be, what is it they say? They say they're permanent and there's no cure for it. So if you get spinal stenosis, there's no cure for it. There's no cure for it. And there's no cure for it. That's what they tell you. There's no cure. Nerve damage, there's no cure. Whatever's going on there, your eyesight, no cure. This, that, gotta wear glasses, blah. There's no cure for anything. Your teeth, there's no cure. Well, here's the thing. If toothpaste is so good and brushing your teeth, then why are your teeth still rotting? Because there's no cure for that. The cure is to stop doing what you're doing that's causing it. That's not going to help brushing your teeth. It's not going to do anything. I never brushed my teeth when I was a kid. I have all my teeth. I don't have a problem with my teeth. But as a kid, I never brushed my teeth because why would I brush my teeth? It was a waste of time. It was just a waste to brush my teeth. Yeah, that's what I discovered. And now if you eat meat, your breath doesn't smell. You don't have plaque on your teeth or anything or your tongue. So you need to brush your teeth, bro. Get it? So I don't know why people do that. You know what I mean? They do these things. It's kind of like mental illness, you know? And showering like twice a day, people like showering twice a day. That's crazy, man. Going to water twice a day, constantly. Your body's absorbing this water. Or you know what? The best is I'm gonna boil this tap water, but you kill the bacteria. But guess what? The chemicals, they increase when you boil it, and then you drink it, thinking, oh, this must be healthy for me. Yeah, okay, whatever. Man, that's just crazy, this whole health industry. Oh, let's go to Healthy Planet. Let's go buy some healthy vitamins. Yeah, okay, made out of rat poison. Yeah, sure, man. You know what I mean? Let's take vitamin C. When was the last time vitamin C ever cured you from your how should I put it? Your flu. When you had a flu, did it go away when you ate vitamin C? No, because vitamin C is toxic to humans. That's why human bodies don't produce vitamin C. That's why it's in very small trace amounts in meat, so it doesn't toxify you. But in plants, it turns to something called superoxide. So it rusts the shit out of you from the inside out. So more deterioration. Like I said before in my videos, high zinc, low copper, you deteriorate. All these things are doing high omega-6 to omega-3. Your fucking animals are being fed a diet. Now you're eating their diet, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, everything is to poison you, to deteriorate the shit out of you, and then they get you to celebrate it as birthday. Anyways, you get the point, man. So I'll talk about like just quick in this video. People writing in the comment section about muscle damage. Look, if you lift a heavy weight, your muscles adapt by giving you motor units from lifting a heavy weight. Now, if you lift and there is eccentric in your exercise, vigorous eccentric exercises, like you're unaccustomed to doing it, you're unaccustomed, untrained, unfamiliar, overtraining or exert or whatever, fucking, let's say overworking this muscle, unfamiliar, untrained, unaccustomed, and eccentric exercise, those in a combination with your exercises gets this damage in muscle fibers. So muscles, contractile proteins, these muscles, they hypertrophy, the myofibrillars, they hypertrophy when they get muscle injuries, muscle damage, muscle injuries. I'll prove it, right? So you remember in science, what is a unique feature? A unique feature of eccentric exercise is that untrained subjects become stiff and sore the next day due to what? Muscle damage. Okay, so there you go. So untrained subjects, right? So a unique feature of eccentric exercise is that untrained subjects become stiff and sore the next day due to muscle damage. Now, people are going to say muscle damage has nothing to do with growth of muscles, but lifting a heavy weight doesn't grow muscles because muscles are post-mitotic. They do not split and divide just by lifting a heavy weight. Okay, so if you lift a heavy weight, muscles don't grow. You can confuse sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, sarcoplasmic, okay? So don't confuse that. We're not talking about sarcoplasmic, okay? Non-contractile proteins, glycogen loading artificial diet called carbohydrates and blowing up, okay, artificially. I'm talking about myofibrillar growth. So lifting a heavy weight is not going to get your muscles bigger. They're never going to grow, or walking with a bull, or doing all these weird fucking things, bro. That's all bullshit. So muscle injuries is what grows these so-called, well, they go through a repair, a growth, and a remodeling only when protein synthesis exceeds protein breakdown. Now, so we know the unique feature part, right? Eccentric exercise, muscle damage. Okay, so I'll prove that it's associated, this muscle damage is associated with sarcomeres in number, okay? They grow more sarcomeres, okay? That's the contractile proteins, myofibrils, okay? All right, so when the group came in the second week, they got much less damage, right? They got much less damage. What was one proposed mechanism? One proposed mechanism was an increase in sarcomere number in muscle fibers. So that must mean that the damage got them growth in sarcomere number in muscle fibers. Get it? Yeah, man. Now, did they lift a very heavy weight to get those sarcomeres? To get these sarcomeres in numbers? How come they're getting less damage? Well, they said the proposed mechanism was they had an increase in myofibrillar growth, right? The sarcomeres, they grew more sarcomeres. So what are the sarcomeres doing now that they have more of them? They must be protecting the other sarcomeres from getting damaged. See what I mean? Okay. Yeah. So here's the question. When you get bigger, do you get stronger? Yeah. So do you have to lift heavy to get bigger and stronger? No. See what I mean? What you have to do is you have to lift vigorously, unaccustomed, untrained, unfamiliar, and eccentric exercise. That's it. That's it. You don't have to lift heavy. Those weights will feel lighter eventually. See what I mean? Eventually they'll feel lighter. You just have to keep coming in and causing them to injure. Keep injuring them, and then they'll come back. They'll adapt by repairing, growing, and remodeling bigger and stronger, provided protein synthesis outpaces protein breakdown. Get it? Be in positive nitrogen balance, amigos. Get it, man? So you see how easy that is to prove? It's not hard. That's how myofibrillar growth is. It grows. That's how you build it. That's how you build myofibrillars. Myofibrillars are built through micro Injuring the muscle fibers. It's not a theory. It's not a myth. Get it? Muscles are postmitotic. They are mature. They do not split and divide and increase in number because you lifted a heavy weight. And these myofibrillars, they don't grow because you lifted a heavy weight. They grow when they get micro injuries, and protein exceeds protein breakdown. Get it? See what I mean? You have to outpace the breakdown. You have to outpace the breakdown. You know, like these things in your body, like we talked about, the disease stuff. So insulin, when you eat a lot of glycation, a lot of sugar, insulin goes sky high. Why? Because it's trying to outpace the sugar to remove it from your arteries. That's what happens. And if it can't, it'll shut down, and then it'll make you sick every time you try to eat it to get you to stop doing that. Because at this point, your body's just there to keep you alive. Otherwise, you're going to die. And so, again, like, what do you call it? LDL, HDL, and LDL. It's associated with centenarians. They live long. They have high LDL. It's a known fact. High cholesterol is just an antioxidant. So why do they want to lower it with statins? So you die. They want to lower it with statins so you die. Why do they give you insulin shots for diabetes and you keep eating sugar? Because they know you'll die eventually. Get it? They're not treating this so-called disease, because it's not a disease. It's more like a bad programming in your body. Your program got scratched or got bad because of these toxins. They cause havoc in the programming in your body. They're scavenging around, going like this and fucking up the programming. They do shit to your body. Yeah, that's what they fucking do, bro. So anyway, I don't know what else to say in that video, bro. So yeah, so it's an antioxidant, and it's trying to outpace the fucking what do you call it? The cholesterol is trying to outpace this glycation that is, the plaque that is being built up in your arteries, going to cause you a heart attack. So does it cause heart attacks? High cholesterol? No, it's trying to prevent you from getting a heart attack. So what happens when you lower your cholesterol? If you're on statins, you're gonna get a heart attack and you're gonna die, because that happened to my friend. He had a heart attack, so then they put him later on these statins. So about 2 years later, 2 years or something, 2 or 3 years later, he got a heart attack. He started feeling weak, feeling really bad. I said, yeah, because your cholesterol is low. And then they gave him statins. I say, you know what happens when they put you on statins? You're gonna die. No. How could the doctor do that? They care about me. They don't care about you, bro. Don't ever believe that the medical industry or anybody gives a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about you out there. Nobody. Not on this fucking planet, not on this world. Nobody. Not even your neighbor. They don't care about you. Nobody here cares about you. Only you could care about yourself. So protect yourself, man. That's all I have to tell you in this video. You should protect yourself. Be careful. And do what you think is best for you. I do what is best for me. I don't do what is best for other people. Otherwise, that's going to make you very unhappy. Don't do anything that's unnatural and crazy. Get it? Be smart. Be intelligent. Don't do anything that will waste your time, waste your life, doing bullshit stuff. You understand me? Do only something that will benefit you. If it doesn't benefit you, don't do it. You're wasting your time. And the government likes that. They love people doing stuff that doesn't benefit them and fucking deteriorates the shit out of them. They just sit back and they laugh. They laugh at you, man. They laugh at all these people getting sick, and look at these kids feeding them Halloween, these candies, and they sit there and they go, ha ha ha. The elites sit there and they laugh. Look at that. Hey, we all got them, man. They're all fucking screwed, bro. Like, gave a video of this raw vegan, or sorry, raw carnivore thing this morning. I gave it to a friend. She got upset with me. She saw that. What is this raw thing? And I said, you know, your parents feed you this peasant slave food diet. They poisoned you. They did this and that. Oh, how could you tell me these horrible things and everything? I know, what horrible. I'm educating you. I'm just telling you, this is, you know, this is, it's not their fault, your parents. It's tradition. To poison you is tradition, bro. Get it? It was made tradition to poison you, to do these things. But she just can't comprehend it. She can't register. She can't register. How could somebody do that to me? You think, like, yeah, how could they do this to me? Man, they'll do anything to you for a buck, for $1, but whatever. You get the point, man. Anyways, there's a guy over here. What is this? FedEx? He's taking off. Yeah, it's a busy day, I guess. I don't know. I put the camera on the other side because I don't know. Should have done it on this side. I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, man, I really hope that video helped. I don't know. I've done some videos now like this on this English doctor. I told you, vitamin D is toxic. If you take vitamin D, look, you get vitamin D in the sun, you get vitamin D in your food. Vitamin D is in your food. You do not need supplementation. They want you to take supplements because the industry makes money off of it. They make tons of money, and it toxifies you. It deteriorates you even faster. So it keeps them busy all the time, making you sick. So even these fucking supplements will make you sick, and you'll feed this beast called medical industry. But if you don't partake in it and you start eating things that are natural, then the industry will die rapidly. It'll go away very quick. When money stops coming in, they cease to exist quickly. Look at COVID-19 when it came in. Look at all the businesses. Very quickly, within a year or so, they all died. They closed. They're gone. They've stole their money. Whatever, man. You get the idea, bro. So yeah, here's the thing. If these countries or places or these whatever this thing they want to commit, think about this genocide thing. If somebody wanted to commit genocide out there, does that mean that they have to go and they have to use pistols to commit genocide? No, they can poison you in such a way and commit genocide. You wouldn't even know it before it was too late. It was already too late. Poison your food supply, poison your water, poison your air. Yeah, genocide. It can happen very easily, especially today in this modern world. I mean, look at it or look around. It's becoming more and more evil every day. People are very evil out there, bro. Watch out. I'm telling you, that food industry is as evil as it comes. Your doctor and everybody, they're just as evil. Because they know, because they were educated. Dr. David Chafee knows. He tells you, my professor told me, plants are trying to kill us. It's kind of obvious. Why are they trying to kill you? And look at Layne Norton, that video I just did. He keeps telling you, the poison is it with it, it's the dose makes the poison. The dose makes the poison, but it's poison. I'm feeding you poison, but the dose of the poison makes the poison. Okay, so how much of a dose makes it poison? How much of here, Layne Norton, how much does these plants, these toxic plants, how much of it makes it poisonous? Oh, it's poison, but the dose makes it the poison. Okay, but I'm eating it, so I'm getting a dose of it. Am I getting poisoned? Yes. You're eating it, therefore you're getting a dose of it, therefore you're getting poison. Because it's poison, it's toxic. But he's going to convince you the dose makes the poison. Yeah, the moment you eat it, you're getting poison. Get it? How stupid is he? But whatever. No, but he's smart. Maybe he's smart. He just doesn't give a shit. He's just playing with you because he's an asshole too, because he's with the medical fucking industry. All these fucking assholes, they're all with the medical industry trying to play with your fucking brain. And then he laughs about it. The dose makes the fucking thing, you dumbass. The dose makes the poison. Yeah, the moment you eat a dose of it, you get poison. Eating a dose. Boom. Whatever, man. I'll see you in the next video. Tell us to think about that, like, subscribe, support the channel. I gotta go because I gotta go eat some raw meat, broski, because we're gonna get better, stronger, man. Yeah, man. I gotta go, and it's fucking cold out here. It's snowed. See that? There's some snow here. It's fucking crazy. There's some kids over there playing in the park again. So yeah, I gotta go. See you in the next video, man. I don't know why it's cloudy here all the time now. Every time I come out, I've had some sun, but it keeps coming and going. Fuck, I always miss the sunlight. The sun is better when you make videos out here because it just looks more attractive. Attractive, that's the word. We're looking for that word. Attractiveness, broski. You want to become attractive, as attractive as you can fucking become. My whole goal is to keep myself young, sexy, hot, and better than the last time, whatever. So I'm doing liver. Okay, one more thing in this video before I go. So I wanted to say that vitamin C will not make you healthy, okay? So that's toxified superoxide, it's bad for you. So how do you overcome a bad flu? If you have a flu, pneumonia or something, it's really easy. Eat liver, raw liver. Blend the raw liver, whatever, eat it, blend it, I don't know, but eat raw liver. If you eat raw liver, that shit gonna go away faster than the last time, Borowski. I'll see you in the next video, friends. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I gotta go. Remember what I always say, bigger is always stronger. See you in the next video. Ciao, friends. Boom.